So this video is on modeling and solving division equations. And what you know so far is that to solve an equation, you're going to get your variable by itself. These are division equations, so you're going to solve them by undoing that with multiplication. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So we've got y divided by 4 equals 5. And so we want to take a y, and we want to divide it by 4. Oops. One, two, three, 4. And we have 5 positive. And I'm just going to draw them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and the important thing here is that you got these 5 positive, and they're going to go into every part. So they're going to go into this part, and there's going to be 5, and into this part, and there's going to be 5, and into this part, and there's going to be 5, and into this part, and there's going to be 5. For a total of 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so y equals 20. And then if you think about it, you put it back in, 20 divided by 4 equals 5. And the way that you show it is that these are going into each of the parts. So let's look at this one. Y divided by 2, y divided into 2 parts, and it says -6. Thought it was going to work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -6 into here, -6, and -6 into here, -6. So -6 and -6 makes -12. So y equals -12. So, and then put it back in, -12 divided by 2 is -6. Yes, that's true. So one more with the model. And so I have y divided by 5 is divided by 5, and I have -2 over here. And so I've got 2 going in here, 2 going in here, 2 going in here, 2 going in here, 2 going in here. And these are all negatives. But because this was a -y or a -5, it makes them positives because it's the opposite of a negative. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Opposite of negative is +10. So x equals 10. So let's go, and then if you put it back in, 10 divided by -5 is -2. A positive divided by a negative is a negative. So let's take it back to this, and let me show you how to show it whenever it's division. So the opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. So I'm going to multiply by 4, and I put it in little parentheses here so it shows what I'm doing. I don't just have this 4 hanging out there. So 4 divided by 4 is 1, so that equals y, and 5 times 4 is 20. So this is the math behind what happens visually. And then this is divide by 2, so I'm going to put times 2 times 2. And again, this isn't just hanging out. I've got it in that parentheses so that these cancel. 2 divided by 2 just leaves y. And -6 times 2 is -12. And these match up. You can see that now. And finally, you're going to multiply by -5. Multiply by -5, and you have to do that, otherwise you have a -y, and that won't work. So those cancel each other out, so you get y equals -2 times the -5 is a positive 10. And that's what we have over here. Now, you are going to see these with word problems. It says, Jorge baked cookies for his math class's end of the year party. There were 16 people in his math class. Jorge baked enough cookies for everyone to get 3 each. How many cookies did George bake? So 3 each, and cookies that George baked divided by the 16 that were in his class, and they each got 3. Or you could say the cookies divided by 3 could serve 16. This could really go either way. To solve this, I'm going to multiply by 16 and multiply by 16. And so these cancel each other out, and C equals 48. So 48 cookies, 4 dozen. And here are the problems that are going to go in the Google form and a word problem, and solve these, and then you can work on the classwork.